So I went and I picked this thing up this morning. My buddy Silly Billy, he gave me a pair of these things. This is one. The other one, the front end's all tore apart on it. And then I'm going to start tearing them all apart and make a whole big pile of pieces, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with all the pieces. But I think it'll be fun, and we'll figure out what's next. So there's a couple of tires that came off the front of the other one. They're 6-wheel drive Polarises. They've kind of been tore apart, and there's pieces laying everywhere. He aired up the tires so we could get it pushed on this trailer. There's a lot of good parts, you know. There's tires, wheels, suspension. I don't know anything about the engines. I'm going to have to wait until I get them both tore apart and find out exactly what I have. It's been sitting for several years, and then he got a hold of them, and then they've been sitting at his place for a couple of years. So, you know. So where we're at now, we've got the bed off of it, we got the back tires off of it. We took the back axle out from underneath of it. We found all kinds of problems. This thing's got all kinds of problems, but check this out. Look at where this sprocket right here. There's a big old chunk of the sprockets even gone. Well, so this thing has sat so long that it's a mess. I've taken all the extra wiring off of it for the winch and all that didn't mean anything. Took the inspection cover off and looked at the belt, variable speed belt. It does have spark. We tried to get it to roll over with a battery charger, but the starter drive was all rusted up. It wouldn't come out. That whole housing was completely full of water. We still don't know why the shift linkage is off of it. Here's the starter. We're going to take it apart and see if we can do something with it. It won't do anything. Just a mess. The chain that drives the front wheels from here to here was gone. And if you look in there and you see that other chain, how much slop is in that other chain, that's for the front wheel drive. It's all goofed up. So we removed that broken sprocket off the back end of this thing. And then we found out we had starter trouble. The starter wouldn't go. So we pulled the starter off. We got inside the starter, and these were the brushes that were left. Completely gone. So we chopped them out of there. And I had a bunch of brushes out of an old welding machine with the side wire to them like that. So I put them on a bandsaw and I sawed them down. And then I put them on a belt sander and I sanded them to fit so they were the same size as what these were. And then I cut the wire off, soldered on, and insulated the power, and took the other one to ground, and right now it's working fine. So now we've got the carburetor apart and we're cleaning it all out. It had a bunch of junk in it, and we've got it pretty much on the road to recovery here. So we're kind of hoping that maybe, just maybe, we might get this thing to run one of these days. The chain going to the back wheel is completely trashed. I mean, this poor old girl has had a pretty rough life, I'll tell you. But we're going to do our best to see if we can make the thing run. If we can make it run, great. If we can't, oh boy, I don't know. We'll figure out what the next step is. So here's the second one. We got it home yesterday. Been sitting outside for a long time. it was froze down in the mud. I had to get it pulled out. You can see somebody's been stealing a lot of parts off of it. But the pulleys and the sprockets that I want, right there, they're on there. So we'll start stripping this thing down. So yesterday I got the carburetor all done and we've got it running. It doesn't run real good, but it runs. It seems like the carburetor needs a little bit more fuel, so we'll see if we can do a little bit with that, but it is running, so that's a plus. We've got the thing running. It's not running the best. We're running it on a little gallon gas can here. We got the fuel pump hooked up and everything. We're trying to run it on that. The gas tank's got to be cleaned out yet. We just now started working on a seat, getting the seat cleaned up. It was solid black from being out in the weather, and the rust still from laying inside the bed there. But we've got this one laying here now. We're going to tear this one all apart today, and I've got a new plan. I'm going to pull the engine and all the hard parts off of it and keep them all in this box right here for future use and maybe something else. And then we're going to take and we're going to make a trailer out of this thing. We're going to change the frame. We're going to put the two back axles back underneath of it. We're going to put all four of them big tires back on it and make a wagon out of it. And we're going to hook the wagon behind this thing. So if we're going to haul firewood, we can haul 2 loads at a time. I think it's going to work out really good. But you can see the new sprocket, the used sprocket, and a chain, and then also the other missing parts that we're missing on this that we've taken off of this one here. And then we'll have a box of spare parts to go along with it. Get the fuel tank cleaned out and see where we go from here. Oh boy, I can tell you that that was one pain in the butt to get all this apart. The way that they put this front differential in here, you had to take a piece of rubber out and rotate it around to line up with those 2 tabs, and then it come out. Oh man, just all of it just a pain in the butt. Had to take the swing arm off to get the transmission out. But we got it stripped down here to the point now we're going to start chopping the frame and get the axles put underneath of it for our trailer. But what a pain. Everything that came off of it we put in this box for spare parts for me or for whoever, but we've got a lot of spare parts in here anyhow. You know me, I never throw nothing away. So we've stripped this frame down about as far as we're going to go. We're going to put the bed on it, put the axle back under it, put both axles back in it, put the axle back under it, and put the bed on it. And then we're going to build a hitch on the front. We're going to slope all this down and build a hitch on the front. We're going to have to patch a hole in the bed. Somebody chopped a big old hole in the bed of this thing. Have to put a patch in that. Get that old junk plastic toolbox out of there. Get this axle put back under here. So that was a bunch of cutting to cut that thing all down. Get a little better idea of what it's going to look like. We got the tires put on it. We got the bed put on it. So I'm going to heat these up and bend them, drop them down, and then I'll make some kind of a hitch in the front to go on the back of the other one. I don't know quite what we're going to do yet, but that's kind of what it looks like with the tires and everything on it. Just be like a pup behind a tandem dump truck, really. So we put a 2-inch ball on the back of the first one. We put a 2-inch receiver on the second one. And then we modified that frame and chopped it down and made it like a pup trailer for a dump truck and a pup. But I still don't have the engine running right yet. It almost acts like it's got a valve that's too tight or something's wrong with it. I don't know what. We got to sit down and get this figured out next, but give you a quick look at what it's going to look like when you're going down the road with it. It's been fun messing with it anyhow. I love stuff like this. So we've got our frame all done, and we made a slot in here. We're going to put our chainsaw going down through that slot. We're going to put our gas up here in the front. We're going to put our bar oil over here. We put a 2-inch hitch on the front of it. We took the old battery box and we made a toolbox out of that where you can put your chainsaw files and your wrenches and everything, set it inside of there. I think it's going to be real handy for getting wood. But we heated these up and bent them down, and then we bent the sides in and we brought it all down to where the front axle used to sit, was probably right in here. So to hit the hitch level with the hitch that we put on the back of the buggy there, we had to go to the lowest point to keep both beds, try to keep them level. I'll get the chainsaw and the oil and everything in here and get it. It's going to be pretty handy for getting wood hauled in. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.